So how much do I earn from doing all of this? Not waving my hands about. I mean, making YouTube videos where I sit in this spare room and wave my hands about. You see, there are levels to this game. And if Andre Jick and Graham Stephan are like the top of the pile, the Premier League footballers of YouTube finance, well, I'm more like League Two Tranmere Rovers. And for that reason, I think I can give a little bit more of an insight into what it's like to be a full-time YouTuber for a more normal person that isn't at the top of the pile earning millions a month, more like a mid-sized channel, if you will. Because I'm not a magician from Vegas, I'm just a bloke from the northwest of England. I'll provide you with a breakdown of all the different incomes I earn as a result of this channel and just provide a little bit of a justification as to why I approach each in the way I do. Because at the end of the day, I'm not sat here reacting to memes. I'm talking about people's financial futures. And I think a little bit of context just helps with some transparency and lets you know that I'm coming at this from a good place. Okay, let's start first of all with ad revenue.
Their journey carries them past powerful messages advantageously placed on nearby poster panels.
Everyone knows about the ads on YouTube. Some you can skip, some you can't. Most are from reputable brands, and then there's some really, really sketchy ones, like Parents Kit.
The application shows who your boyfriend talked to in the last week.
Sounds like a healthy relationship, that, doesn't it? So Google essentially split the money they charge advertisers to advertise on the platform with the creator, and the amount you get varies. It's not a fixed price. And it can depend on a whole host of factors, like the niche you're in, the age of your audience, or their location. Rates can vary from pennies for 1,000 views all the way up to hundreds for 1,000 views on this platform. So here is the lifetime view of my channel. This CPM number up here in the corner is what YouTube charges to advertise on my channel. That's for 1,000 views. This RPM number is what I actually get. That's my slice. Notice how these numbers fluctuate. It's not constant. So that means for a channel my size, it's almost impossible to sustain yourself full time off ad revenue because the amount just fluctuates so much. This month could be a quarter of what it was the month prior, even though you get the same amount of views. Ad rates have recently dropped significantly, as you can see, and global economic uncertainty and the war in Ukraine has caused advertisers to cut back pretty hard. This is actually a pretty common theme with everything we'll discuss today. I make my money essentially through advertising. And because of everything that's going on in the world, advertisers globally have just cut back in all sorts of areas. I bring in around 1K a month at the minute from ads. Just 12 months ago, that'd have been 3,000 or 4,000 for the exact same amount of views, but it's okay, I don't mind. I'll admit that it's a bit annoying that I get more views on the channel now than I did 12 months ago, but I was earning more money back then from ad revenue. But that's completely out of my control, there's nothing I can do about that. But I can improve this ad revenue figure quite easily by just making more content. And that's the plan now that I'm done having my little hot boy summer. And hopefully at some point the global outlook will improve and advertisers will flood back into the space, spending more money, and add that to the extra videos that I'm going to make, and I should do okay. Look, ad revenue is not good at the minute, but I'm optimistic about it going forwards. Next up is sponsors.
At the third stroke, the time sponsored by Accurist will be...
This income source really is the one that makes all of this possible because it's the only one that I can forecast and predict what's going to come in because I book them in advance. But sponsors and that whole world is really murky, so I worked to some clear rules, which are as follows. It needs to be a reputable service for a decent brand with a product I like. It's always annoyed me when I see Premier League football clubs with like Wonga, Bet365 or some crypto business slapped across the front of their football shirt with no consideration about the impact that will have on the young fans that are watching that sport. So I just don't want to be like that. I also don't work with a single broker on a sponsored basis. Not because I think there's anything wrong with that. You know, if someone wants to be sponsored by a high quality broker, go for it. But for me, I want to be able to sit here and say what I want about who I want. And I think if I take a sponsorship from a broker, that compromises that. And really, you're going to sit there and go, is he being honest about Vanguard if they pay him X amount a month? Now, these rules do mean that I leave a lot of money on the table. You get paid less for working with reputable brands because they're reputable brands. There's a direct correlation between how much I get offered from a sponsor or affiliate and then how much you end up paying in fees. It's like you're paying more fees so I can earn more money through the affiliate or sponsor. I'm just not cool with that. I think long term your audience just figures this out when they realise they're being ripped off, and you can see it with loads of UK finance channels that blew up in the last couple of years that have suddenly just disappeared now. I think it's very telling. The contracts I signed stop me from discussing specifically the amounts that I earn from sponsors. So I'll just group it together with my affiliate income, which we'll discuss in a minute, and I'll let you know that I earn between £5,000 and £7,000, which is about $6,000 to $8,000 on a monthly basis from affiliates and sponsors combined. Just because I think it's interesting to know, if you had a massive channel like Andre Jick, that figure could be on the low end 25 grand all the way up to maybe 100 grand for a sponsor on a single video. And Mr. Beast, who is the biggest on the platform, will get millions from a 1-minute sponsored slot. Okay, now let's talk about affiliates.
Don't forget that you can get all the way up to $10,000 as a bonus.
These are those links in my description. I try not to mention these too much because whenever I see a channel going, don't forget to check out the links in the description for your 2 free stocks or whatever finance app I'm peddling this week, people just end up zoning out. Affiliate income is very up and down, and it tends to track when people want these services. For example, I might earn more in April from affiliates than I will for the rest of the year combined, because that's when everyone is shopping for a new ISA provider. Or when the GameStop issues were happening, I was getting 23 shares a day from Trading 212. I thought I was a made man. I was there like, don't worry about the bill, mate. I got it. And then, yeah, that didn't last. They shut the front doors to new customers and the affiliate scheme stopped overnight, and yeah, that was all gone. I can actually show you the Trading 212 affiliates that I've earned because they have like a nice little way of presenting it. So in total, I've earned about £12,000 in free shares from them, but that includes that GameStop period where I was getting like 20 a day for 6 weeks, and now I'll get like a couple a day. I love that Ian Beale meme. For anyone who doesn't know, that's from a show in the UK called EastEnders, which is like our version of Days of Their Lives, or it's like a soap opera, I don't know. But for anyone that's ever signed up through one of my affiliate links, I just want to say thank you so much. You literally pay my bills. So since I quit my job 6 months ago and went full time on YouTube, I've probably earned between 7 and 9K a month before tax from this channel. I actually earned more in the past, but I'm happy with that considering the downturn we've seen in the creator space in terms of advertising and, you know, advertisers pulling back and all of that stuff. But I do also have a little side income that I have on the side as well. You might notice from time to time that I often use alliteration and wordplay in my scripts. I ain't Chaucer, but my pen game's all right, and it turns out other people thought so as well. So I was approached to do some script writing work, and since then I've been finding script writing work through platforms like Upwork. Consider me like finance ghostwriter for Drake. I basically just write scripts and then charge a flat fee for that. I'll do a couple a month and I might earn £1,000 for it. The problem with this income source is though it takes me away from working on the main channel. I've been doing the script writing stuff because it's a pretty dependable income for me, and at some point during this channel's history I've seen all of the other income streams, sponsors and affiliates be pulled from under me. So there's that constant fear that something's going to change and all my income's just going to disappear instantly. Now I know that I need to be focusing on the main channel and just putting out more content. So I'm looking now for a way to diversify my income away from the script writing stuff so I can focus full time on the main channel, but still have something that I can count on a little bit more. Which brings me to paid for memberships like Patreon and YouTube members, which are essentially the same thing.
Let's talk about channel memberships.
I support a few creators through membership and I'm part of their Discords, and I like the community vibe that creates, and that kind of pushed me over the edge and thought, why don't I do this? That way people can communicate with me on a direct basis and I can get to know some of you a bit better, and also we can foster this like-minded community of people that want to talk about finance and memes and Ian Beale and Cobweb maybe, I don't know. As well as that, if people want to support the channel, that's a great way for them to do it, and I know a few people have asked in the past. All you need to do to join is press the button below that says join. There's a full list of the benefits included in there, but I think what my favourite thing about the membership is going to be is a monthly competition. This month's prize is £100 in cash and a signed picture of Cobweb. He's going to sign it, not me. I just want to be crystal clear though, that the presence of this membership will not affect the quality of the videos on this main channel or the fact that they're free to consume. And there's absolutely no pressure to join the membership at all. It's just simply there for the people who do want it. But for those of you who do decide to join, I look forward to getting to know you better in the Discord and through the monthly live calls that we're going to do. Look, I want to be straight with you at this point. I treat this as a marathon and not a sprint, and that attitude shapes the way that I approach every aspect of building a YouTube channel. But I'm also fully aware that the average life cycle of a YouTuber on this platform before they fade away into irrelevance is 5 years, and I'm already 2 years through that journey. I quit my full-time career in order to do this, and in order to justify that decision, really, I need to ramp this up. I need to improve the income over the next 12 months to 24 months to justify quitting a job that was basically the same pay as I'm getting now. But let's say this all just ends tomorrow and I have to stop. I wouldn't have changed a thing. Some people will watch this and go, Damien should be earning more money from his channel for a channel his size, and they're probably right. And sure, I could sell out right now, promote a load of shady apps, earn a few £100,000 and just disappear off the platform like loads of other finance creators have in the last 24 months. Just take a look around, you'll see what I mean. Loads of people have just vanished. But I honestly feel blessed that I've been able to build a channel to a point that in 6 months after I quit my full-time job, I now earn on a consistent basis what I was earning from my full-time job, and the channel continues to grow. That's been done at a time the global market for creators in my space has been going backwards, and I still earn a good living sharing free content that helps people get into finance, and all I need to do that is have my laptop, a camera and my imagination. To me, that is magical.